Alright, we are on to white. Commons. Banish from Edoras. For 4 and a white, it's a sorcery that says this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Exile target creature. Alright, sorcery for 5 mana, exile something, not very good. Not very good at all, but serviceable. But not very good. Then it can be 3 mana to exile something that's tapped, which makes it... like, that would be much better. So I think this card is actually decent. Usually when we see... it seems like, oh, why did White get this? But usually what we see is like 5 mana, and it's always 5 mana, and it gives opponent a 1/1 or something, I don't know. Usually it's White gets waivers, like these kind of removals. This is actually playable. There is no in-color grades. We are gonna go with ceilings if we need ceilings. Now we're just onto the regular grades. Yeah, it's like definitely playable. I'm on a D plus or C minus, one of those two. I'm gonna start as a D plus. Don't think it's high pick.
I'm on a D minus. I think this is the worst removal spell I've ever seen in my life, basically.
You have seen waivers.
Not quite, but there have been worse removal spells. But 5 mana at sorcerer speed to exile something is garbage.
It's really bad, yeah.
And it costing 2 less for a tapped creature is fine, I guess. I would rather have a thing that was 3 mana, instant speed, exile a tapped creature.
Oh, that's really bad.
I don't think that would be good. I think that would be bad. We had that actually in Strixhaven. 3 mana exile.
Yeah.
3 mana exile a tapped creature. It was fine, but I would rather have that. This is a sorcery speed thing. You are letting your... like, even when this is 3 mana, you're letting your opponent's creature attack once. I can't really see... like, if I have 0 removal spells, I will not play this card.
It's really bad, but I think it's serviceable for what it does. D plus seems fine to me. You're up.
I won't play this even in sealed. I think it's that bad.
Okay, you go.
Dunedain Blade. Dunedain?
Dunedain.
1 white. Dunedain.
Whatever.
Yeah, 1 white for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Equip human 1 or equip 3. Like, let's assume you have mostly humans, because clearly this is unplayable if you are outside of red-white. But let's assume you have mostly humans. Even then, it's just meh. Like, 2 mana, and then you have equip 1 that something gets +2/+1. It's fine. If you really have a lot of humans, I guess if you have a few of them make 1/1 humans, it's actually maybe you want this in your deck, like 1-off. Still think this is like a D, because if you want this, you will get it if any get opened in the table, and I don't think you care if you don't get this. And
what do you give it?
D.
Yeah, D. I can see it going down to D minus very easily. You need humans, and it's not.
I can see this card being worse than the last card.
Yeah. The thing is,
the last card is so bad. I want to give the last card an F. I literally will never put the card into my deck.
I think you will, but it's both of these are bad. It's just bad cards. Whatever. You need all the humans, and if everything is a human, it's kind of fine. It's fine, but it's still not amazing.
I think it's really mainly if you have multiple of the like make 2 humans or something.
Okay. Eagles of the North for 5 and a white. It's a 3/3 flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, every creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. It can also plane cycle for 1. Okay, 6 mana 3/3 is abysmal. It can plane cycle, right? So you can get a land with it for only 1, which is pretty good effect, pretty good ability to have. Everything, I mean, how many creatures do you really need for this to be good is the problem. Like, this is... we had the eagle for 5 mana 3/3 that gives everything +1/+1 vigilance, and that's like 5 mana. That's a lot less than 6. And I would say like +1/+1 vigilance. Like, that card is way better than this. It might look like, when you look at this, it might be like, oh my god, my body's just gonna crush the opponent. But you have no mana left, so this is the only thing you play. Opponent is not afraid of tricks or anything. So there's still, like, how big is your board? How long was the board stalled or whatever? And 1/1s are still like 2/1s. It's, I think this is not a good one. I don't really want this in my decks. It's usually you're gonna have like 2 creatures, maybe, other creatures, and I don't even know if both of them or any of them can attack with this. Hopefully one of them, 1 or 2 can attack when you play this. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this like a D.
Yeah, I'm on a D+. I think this is like okay top end in your aggro deck, replacing a land, but like I still don't really want. I'm fine with the D. I still don't really.
Yeah,
It's much better than the exile creature removal spell.
I guess you can give the removal spell like a D for me as well.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's the plane cycling is nice, right? I don't think you wanna. I'm not gonna be replacing many of my lands with these cards. Is the thing.
I will, especially in aggro decks, because I want to run less lands anyway.
But then it's
I can
6
kind of
drop.
get autos. Yeah.
Then it's a 6-drop.
And I think the land cycles are kind of like slightly worse in this sense, just because with ring tempting you can already loot cards, and then you don't like. It's kind of awkward to have a 6-drop in your hand, and then you're looting away your lands.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Eastfarthing Farmer for 2 and a white. It's a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, create a food token. When you do, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each food you control. That's not the payoff I'm looking for. Like, in early game it's gonna be probably just +1/+1. Even if it's +2/+2, it's kind of whatever. I mean, you keep that food token, so that's kind of okay, right? Build a pony, we didn't get to build a pony. It's, I mean, you do keep that food token. I'm not against this card. I think this is the best fight card we've seen so far, which doesn't say a lot. You know what? I'm gonna give this a C-, and one big reason why this would get like lower grade in the last set. This set is a lower power level, like basically every set we've maybe ever had than the last one. So yeah, I'm on a C- for this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna C. I think this card is quite good in green white, like really good. Even like maybe C+, B- in green white, and I think it's passable if you have some other food generators in other decks. Like the fact that it's a 3-mana 2/3 that still makes a food always.
Yeah, it always makes a food.
Yeah, it's still fine, I feel like, and then it's like you pump your other stuff, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm on a D. I'm on a D. I'm on a D. Oh, sorry, on a C. I'm on a C with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that food always stays, and it's always at least gonna be 3 life.
Yeah, and I think this is gonna be really good in green white. I doubt it's gonna be good in other decks, but I do think it's gonna be really good in green white. Well, let's just like, first of all, you care about the +1/+1. It can be also more than +1/+1, which is really nice. You're in a aggro deck, and you really want to make like incidental foods for your other things.
It could be a 3-mana 3/4.
White.
What the hell? Okay, so if this doesn't add a +1/+1 counter, if this added a +1/+1 counter, this would be the best 3-drop ever.
Or
common.
each food you control.
Like, this would be better than the preening champion if it did that. Like, the worst thing it would be then is a 3/4 which makes a food for 3 mana. Like, fuck preening champion. But this is not it, so it's a C. Eastmark Cavalier for 1 and a white. It's a 2/2 vigilance. When it deals damage to goblin or orc, destroy that creature. Whatever, it's a card. D. I'm treating this as a random creature.
Yeah, it's a 2-mana 2/2 vigilance.
Yeah.
In red white, I think it might be okay. Like if you have enough things to care about humans, you want to drop, sure, like put this into your deck. In other decks, probably don't put this into your deck. Yeah, I could see D+, but I'm fine with the D as well.
Oh, can see D+ as well. Errand-Rider of Gondor. For 2 and a white, it's a 3/2, but when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Then, if you don't control legendary creature, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. Okay. So 3-mana loot, but if the ring tempted you and you had a creature, or you have one of the 44 legendary uncommons, this card is pretty good. Like, even if the nice usually I know there was some MM20 or something. We had a card like you needed to have a legend and you needed to fulfill this effect to draw a card, and if you don't, nothing happens. But this is like you're always gonna loot, so I'm happy with this. I'm on a C plus, maybe even higher.
Yeah, I think I'm on a B minus. I'm between a C plus and a B minus as well. This is like 3 mana 3/2 loot is not good, but it's like if you really need it, you're probably behind, and it's still like it's kind of better in that scenario than a lot of other cards because you're just sticking towards something you need. And if you have a legendary creature, which is not gonna be that difficult, it's very good. 3 mana 3/2 draw a card. Yes, please. It's not Overseer. No. No, but it is very good.
You know what? Give it a B minus for me as well.
Yeah, I'm a B minus. The awkward thing about this card is that it's a 3-drop. You would like want to play this on turn 3, but it's gonna be very rare that you can play this on turn 3 and draw a card.
Yeah, that's true.
But at least you can on turn 3 if you really need to. You don't have other 3-drops. You can still play this on turn 3 and loot. It's not the end of the world by any means.
Not bad at all.
You will rather do that than play nothing.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's also some of the legendaries are 2-drops.
Yeah, escape from Orthanc. White for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. Untap it. So it's a reprint of Wings of the Cosmos from Kaldheim, which I've like when I reviewed this, I thought it was gonna be a pretty clunky combat trick. Turned out I wanted at least one in every single white deck I drafted. Basically, it was surprisingly good just because it wins most combats due to +1/+3. It's a lot. It works on defense much better than most combat tricks. Obviously, like always, it's not optimal, but it does work. And it has that reach late game. Like just keep flying, do some of your things. It deals damage to your opponent's face. Very nice. I love this combo trick. And also like if your opponent blocks, it does give your creature kind of vigilance. You win the combat and now it can block. I'm gonna see for this. I'm expecting to want at least one, probably more in my white decks.
I like this trick a lot as well. So D plus for me, because I think it is gonna be very easy to get it. So I'm not gonna pick it highly.
I agree, but I think it should be.
And I don't want too many. Esquire of the King.
If I was at the Pro Tour, I would pick it as like a C plus. Okay, never mind. Pro Tour drafters haven't been that good lately. But,
actually, yeah.
But yeah. But like yeah.
Lately.
Anyways, maybe ever, but at least lately.
For white, it's a 1/1, and it's a human. And for 4 and a white, you can tap it. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you control a legendary creature. So 1 mana, 1/1 human, but it's basically always gonna cost 3 mana and a tap to give everything +1/+1. No vigilance. That's something we expect from this. It's only a 1/1. It's not like a 1/2. That makes it kind of worse. But I think this is a fine card. Like you're gonna have legendary a lot of times, and then +1/+1 for 3 mana. Opponent gonna be very afraid of that, I think. So I'm okay with this one. I'm actually gonna give it like a C- for a start. I think it's gonna be higher probably.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It's surprising I like a 1-drop. I know. But anyway, 1 mana, 1/1, sure, bad. 3 mana and tap to give your team +1/+1 is really cheap compared to what we like usually get. And like the body is worse than we often get for these, but it's also much cheaper. Doesn't give any keywords, but that's fine. These also play surprisingly well in multiples, because 3 mana means that you can with 6 lands double activate if you have multiples, and also like even with 1 it makes your other one maybe attack. It's also a human, and I think red-white is going to be very aggressive. I would really like 1-drops. The more I have, the better. And overall, I just like white greens aggressive. Blue-white it might be wide wide, and then it wants this.
Yeah.
Black probably even wants this, like especially if you have some of the uncommons. But both of the uncommons make tokens, and like I'm on a C+ for this, I think.
Wow. Okay. I can see it going up definitely. This is the one that I'm still on a C minus, but I can see it going way up.
Yeah. I'm on like plus C, but I'll give it a C plus because it's kind of my tradition to give one drops a good grade. Whether that's a good thing or not, it depends. I also saw a screenshot of you taking some random dogshit card over Monke and over Ragavan in the last set.
Yeah?
I think Ragavan was the best red card in the set.
Okay.
In the end, Ragavan was insane.
Okay.
When you thought it was.
Agree to disagree. You're next.
Oh yeah. Fog on the Barrow-Downs. 2 and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature is a spirit and can attack or block. It loses all other creature types. So they decided that the 2-mana pacifism was clearly too good. So they printed the 3-mana pacifism. The spirit thing is for so you can't just pacify an amass token and then it continues to grow. And
What
so
is this?
But it's a pacifism for 3 mana, and the spirit is so it can work on amass creatures. Or it doesn't like totally wreck amass creatures, I mean. No. D or D minus.
I mean, it doesn't remove other abilities or anything. This is what... The creature can still tap for, like... Why is this a pacifism for 3? Why? Like, pacifism for 2 is nothing special. Oh, so many questions on this one. What is this? It seems like making a card that was not very good, that was just fine. Some decks were okay with it. Making it worse, like why? It's like, what happened to the last 10 years of development with this one? I can't understand this. Legendary is a super type. It's not a creature type. It still stays legendary. So, I don't know. Like, give it a D plus for me. Whatever. It's Hobbit Sting. 1 and a white.
I'll give it a D minus. Yeah.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think it's.
I can see it going down.
I'm probably gonna play 0 removal spells in white decks or 0 white removal spells because I will never play that pacifism and I will never play the exile creature removal.
I guess give it a D for me as well. For me, I guess you're on D minus. Give it a D for me. It's like, I don't know why they did this. Hobbit Sting for 1 and a white. Instant speed. Hobbit Sting deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of creatures you control plus the number of food you control. Hey, that's not bad. If you have some food, like, okay, so it's kind of, who knows how good if you don't have food, but it's a big deal that it also works with food, I think. So this is the D removal spell I'm looking for in white, if it is gonna be good. Like, if you're going wide in, like, maybe, I think Boros goes decently wide, I think white blue goes decently wide, and then white green creates some food, and white makes some food as well on its own. So I'm very happy with this one. I'm gonna really give this like I'm gonna give this a C plus.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be on a C plus as well. I do think it's noticeably better in white green, just because even though other decks are going wide, you still do have the problem of this just not doing it a lot of the time. And like Kabira Takedown, you remember that card from Zendika Rising? It was good, but it was a land. It wasn't like the spell itself wasn't amazing. But if you make some food, very nice.
Yeah.
You might be able to go wide. Yeah. See, I'm gonna C plus as well.
Not bad.
Nimble Hobbit. 1 and a white for a creature halfling peasant. Whenever Nimble Hobbit attacks, it's a 1/3. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice a food or pay 2 and a white. When you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. So if this was like even a 2/2, I could see being fine playing this because it's like the fine early game and then it has a relevant ability late game. But it's a 1/3, so it doesn't attack for anything. And sure, the tap ability is nice, but it just doesn't like do the aggressive plan at all early game, and then it's kind of fine late game. But that's not really what I want from my aggressive decks, and especially from G-drops.
What about this being your ring bearer?
Yeah, I guess I still don't like it though, because it doesn't, again, it just hits for 1.
It's a pretty good ring bearer.
Yeah, but there is also like I would rather have my 1/1s be ring bearers just because they are things that make 1/1s are generally much better as cards than this, I think. Uh, I don't like this. I'm on a D for this. I don't think this is better than the Vigilance card.
I'm on a D as well. Not a big fan. But it's kind of cool as a ring bearer.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe if you have a lot of food generators and you actually are missing the things that sacrifice your food.
Oh, actually, yeah, there is that pony card that makes creatures deal damage equal to their toughness. Okay, now for red, now for ruin, for 3 and a white. It's a sorcery that says put +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. They gain vigilance until end of turn, and the ring tempts you. Okay, so in the last set we had the Storm the Seed Core. For 4 mana, you get 4 counters to put anywhere. Trample and vigilance. This one profits more from a larger board, which is not that easy to obtain. But the ring also tempts you, which is not nothing. So I'm kind of okay with this card. I still don't think it's a high pick, but I think if it will find a home, and it's like I think Azorius and Boros decks are gonna be okay with it. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'm gonna start it as a D plus though, because you don't want to get too many and it's a common, so I think it's gonna be pretty easy to get. I can see it going down though, but I think a D plus is okay start.
Yeah, I'm on a D, mainly because Invasion of Mog sucked.
This is Vigilance though as well.
Yeah, it is better than Invasion of Mog, because the problem was that you had you wanted to attack the battle and that was just weird.
And the ring tempts you.
Yeah, sure, D+, but you have to keep him, you're never putting this card into your deck if you're not going, actually wide.
Yeah.
Then you just no. Storm the Seed Core was, okay. My mono green deck with, 4 Storm the Seed Cores, it was the best thing I did the whole format. Anyway, I'm fine with the D+, yeah. Protector of Gondor. 3 and a white. For a human soldier, it's a 3/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. These 4 mana 3/3s that creates a 1/1. I think we've seen it 2 times. And they both of times in Midnight Hunt it was pretty good. And in 21, oh maybe it wasn't. In some other set maybe.
In Ikoria.
In Ikoria, yeah, it was pretty decent. And Ikoria had kind of a similar thing. You cared about humans. But I do think Red-White will care a lot about humans. I think this is just a good 4-drop. I like this about similarly to 4 mana make choose like the Knight in the last set and stuff. I'm gonna start this as a C+. I think it's pretty good, especially since it's great humans.
What are you good? C+? No haste, right? That's big.
Yeah, but it's not a Rebel Rouser was a B+. So.
This is fine, and it's humans, it goes wide. I'm okay starting with a C+. I'm fine with that. Second Breakfast. For 2 and a white, up to 2 instant speed, up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+1. Until end of turn, create a food token. +2/+1 is... +1 is the biggest problem I have here. Food token is fine. I don't like this. It's +1 is... You kind of want your creatures to have more toughness than power, but if you're playing this, you kind of want them to have equal or higher power than toughness. Because why would the opponent... they don't need to block 1/3s or something. Yeah, I don't give a... I'm just gonna give this a D-.
Yeah, I think this... I'm gonna give this a D- as well. These cards are always bad. These up to 2 target creatures for 3 mana or 4 mana or whatever. And usually they even give +2/+2. Or
yeah, why does this not give
+2/+2? More. And sure, you get the food, but creatures will have a hard time surviving the combat, and you're never getting. Trust me, these cards have been printed a lot of times. The amount of times you will get a 2-for-1 with this is extremely rarely.
Basically never. It's opponent needs to
even if it had the +2/+2.
First thing is. Opponent needs to block with 2 creatures, and the +2/+1 needs to be good on both of those creatures, on both of those blocks. And let's be real, attacks where everything gets blocked all the time, that's not normal scenario, right? You need to, it is too many ifs. That's why like it's basically always better to have a 1 mana trick that targets one creature. Because it's very easy to get into profitable situation with one creature. Even if you swing with 7 creatures, but yeah.
Slip on the ring, 1 and a white for an instant. Exile target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control. The ring tempts you. I very much dislike blink effects in limited almost always, and ring tempts you. No, it's that isn't doing it. It's like kind of like adding Scry 1. It's like it isn't doing it. I don't think this set also has like a particularly high amount of ETBs. Even if it had, I still wouldn't be excited about this, but even less so now. Like 2 mana is nice, but no, it's kind of like a protection spell, but still, no. D minus?
Yeah, I'm okay with a D minus. The thing is, like, this would be really cool if the third ability on the ring would be worded differently, right? Because the third ability, when an opponent has to sacrifice a creature that blocked the ring bearer, that effect, like the first check happens exactly on the blocks. So blocks happen, you use it before the damage is dealt, and it really, sure you can move the ring tempting it to something else. I mean, that deals face damage maybe to them, but I don't think it's worth it, and not enough ETBs I think for this to be worth it. So you can't make them sacrifice a creature basically. That would be really nice, but that's not what it is. So yeah, D minus, not a very good card. I hope it's gonna be better. I love blink effects, but they're never very good. Soldier of the Grey Host for 3 and a white. It's a 2/2 flash flyer. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. 4 mana 2/2 flyer. That's really bad. Doesn't win you combat. Makes you trade with something probably. Or unless they block with something with high toughness, it might win you the combat. I think it's better than the last one, but I'm not high on this. I'm like on a D.
Yeah, if it was like a 2/3 even, sure, it just like makes something else straight up, or itself it can block as a 4/2, but nice thing is like you leave still a 2/2 flyer back, but it's just like kind of too small. It's very close kind of to being, I think, solid, but it's just not there. I'm hoping that this card is maybe a little bit better than it seems, might be, but I'm on a DS. I think it's okay.
So how do you give it?
D as well. Stalwarts of Osgiliath. Maybe. Yeah, we don't talk about pronunciations, okay? 4 and white. For a 4/3 human soldier. Whenever it enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. No, I don't want a 5 mana 4/3, and it has an ETB that the ring tempts me. That doesn't seem good. Like, you probably can get the counter on this instantly, so it's a 5/4 kinda, and the ring tempts you, and then it grows. So yeah, I guess it's fine. But I'm not excited about like a 5 mana 5/4 and ring tempts you. I think the fact that it grows is kind of like, it doesn't really matter on a card like this that's 5 mana already and is like decently big already. Kind of similar to 5 mana 5/4 even, that said like Scry 1, Scry 2. I'm on like a D for this. It's a 5-drop as well. I'm on a D for this. I think it's like fine as a 5-drop to put into your deck, but I don't really, first of all, want 5-drops in my deck, and second of all, it's not even like anything great by any means.
I would be kind of... I mean, it's still a 5-drop, but I would be a bit more excited with it, for this if it was a 3/4. Right, you just attack with your small thing, hopefully it's fine, and then it's a 4/5, right? And the next turn it's gonna be a 5/6. It can block much better than a 5/4 would, and it just keeps growing. And it did tempt you, right? The ring did tempt you, so that's a nice thing to have. But I'm on a D as well. It's fine, but nothing that special. Like this second rose card effects are way better in this set than in anywhere else, but not on a 4/3. I think as a 5-drop. Hope I'm wrong with this one, but doesn't look that good. Took Reaper for 1 and a white. It's a 2/1, and when it dies, the ring tempts you. I like this one a lot. This is a very good way, like, just trade it off. The die effects are way worse than ETB effects, but I like this one a lot. I think it's a good 2-drop. I'm on a C. I'm actually on a C. Maybe on a C plus even, but C.
I don't like this. It's a 2-mana 2/1, which is garbage, and sure, it's easy to trade away, but then you only get like ring tempting you from a 2-mana 2/1 needing to die. It's kind of similar in a sense to the like 2-mana 2/1s that make a 1/1 when they die, and those, I guess those are okay. They're pretty decent. Yeah, I think this is worse. It's very different. I'm on a D plus or a C minus. I guess I'll go C minus. It might be a pretty solid 2-drop still, but I don't.
I think I like to the 4th stage with smaller cards is a real strategy in this set.
Yeah, but I think there are just better ways to tempt the ring. White doesn't really have good ways, but
yeah, white doesn't have best ways. You're up.
Westfold Rider, 1 white for a human knight. It's a 3/1. Sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment, activate only as a sorcery. I do, if I'm red-white, I do kind of like this more than the last card, just because it's a human. I like this probably than the 2/2 Vigilance. There are gonna be better 2-drops, especially the red sorcery 2-drop. But I still don't hate this. For human specifically, but I also think it's fine in most decks. Don't love it, don't hate it. D plus.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, I mean, we had a 2-mana 3/1 flash with this ability, but the ability cost 1 mana, but it was not only a sorcery, and was nothing special. Sure, D plus is fine, whatever. Very normal card. Oh, you're done with commons already. Okay, on to the uncommons.
I do probably have to be like, we can do white, but I probably have to go after white is done.
Okay, that's fine. I'm also gonna have to go because I'm recording the next episode of the podcast with him.
Oh yeah.
So that's good. Build a pony for 3 and a white. It's a 1/4, and when it enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens, and you can sacrifice a food until the end of turn. A target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Oh, I thought the pony was any creature. Sorry, I thought the pony was like every creature.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's on your creatures. Yeah.
Hey, Ham? I thought it was every creature you control when I first saw the card. That's
yes. Oh, you thought it was like anthem, or like kind of an anthem effect for like
for
your
the toughness things.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's a card. I don't know. I mean, so this is. I think this is pretty good if you. Like if you're in a if a deck white deck exists, if a white deck exists where you wanna get to the fourth stage of the ring level or whatever of the ring tempting you, and this can be like they gotta block it and jump, right? And then this can deal like 3 extra damage. I don't know. I don't like this one. Is it? Like, where is this? I don't know. Is there anywhere where you like to sacrifice? Change the title of to set preview for the Ham Lola? Come on, what do you mean? I don't like this card. It's fine. I mean, it's gonna be. I don't like this card. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's
D plus.
okay. I'm a little bit higher just because for a green-white deck, it's still a 4-mana 1/4 create 2 foods. It's a good ring bearer, but the problem is that you have to sack things every time you want this to deal combat damage, kinda the relevant combat damage. Good ring bearer. I assume it's still solid in green-white. Maybe in other decks as well. It's like you can't really just let this through twice or something. Like let's say the baseline is that you sack food, do this at 2 times or something. And it is an excellent ring bearer still, especially if you are heavy into ring bearing. Even if you aren't, it also works with your other creatures. And there is like some G-Force and stuff within in this set. I'm gonna C+ for this.
I
like
guess
this
it
card.
does, yeah. I mean, and in the end, like, even if it dies, it made 2 food tokens, which is kind of good.
Exactly.
Nothing sacrifice, like, there is not much sacrificing for artifacts like in the last set, so... Yeah, I'm fine upgrading it to a C. I'm thinking about it's like legendary cards that are not, that don't trade that easily. How many can you really take and put in a deck? Sometimes you're gonna see a few of them. 2? Yeah, that's... It is uncommon, so you're not gonna see billion.
I think 3 is getting clunky.
Yeah.
3 is getting like 2 is it's still gonna be awkward sometimes, but I think 2 is like kind of a fine.
But then, like, you don't want to put too many 4-drops in the deck anyways.
Yeah.
So I guess that's fine. I can actually see a C+. I had a change of heart. Like, this thing is, like, if it's fine. It's, I think this is way better than a 4-4-4-4. Like, way better.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's okay. I was kind of like, at first I thought this was amazing. Just straight up like crazy good. Because I thought it gave it to every creature. And then when I realized that's not what it is, I was just like, God damn it. And it felt like all of a sudden it's so much worse, right?
Oh, this has haste with the red-white uncommon.
Wait.
The one that gives horses raid.
Oh, there we go, the ultimate combo. Yeah, C+ actually seems fine. Bill is good. Doesn't have to give everything. It's fine.
Good pony.
Good pony. It really doesn't have to give everything. It would be absolutely incredible if it gave that to everything, but it really doesn't. Alright.
Eowyn, Lady of Rohan, 2 and a white. For human noble, it's a 2/4. By the way, I do think every single uncommon creature is legendary, so we don't really need to point that out. I think that's just the case. Like every above common creature, I think is legendary.
I think so too.
Yeah, Eowyn, Lady of Rohan, anyway. 2 and a white human noble, 2/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gains your choice of first strike or vigilance until end of turn. If that creature is equipped, it gains first strike and vigilance until end of turn instead. Equip abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate. So mostly it's just a 3-mana 2/4 that gives one of your creatures first strike or vigilance on your combat. 3-mana 2/4, not the most exciting stat line, but it's also like not the bad stat line. This again is honestly a pretty great ring bearer, even though you would probably prefer to put your rings on non-legendary, but even that depends. It depends on like, do you care about legendaries and stuff? Works well with pony, like play this into pony. Now this is can attack for 4. Yeah, I like giving a creature first strike of vigilance. I don't think this card is amazing. I think it's solid. C or C+.
I'm okay with the C+. I like this. I like this quite a lot.
Nice. Just nice in humans because it's a human.
Yeah. C+ seems good. Faramir, Field Commander. With, Scribble had a bad resolution of this card. For 3 and a white, it's a 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Faramir Field Commander as your ring bearer, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Well, I like this one quite a lot. Like basically every tempt is... you don't even want to choose a 3/3, especially this one as a ring bearer. So getting a 1/1 for every tempt seems really nice. If something dies, right, it's gonna be pretty good with some Orzhov cards. If you can draw a card with this, like it's not as easy as it looks, like to play this on turn 4 and draw a card. Right? It is not easy. It's not uncommon. It's like it's not like it never happens, but it's not that easy. And the reward is pretty big, and the reward is gonna continue. Usually, see this like a 3/3 or something, and then it gets a +1/+1 counter, which is a much smaller reward than getting a full card. And it also has the other ability. I'm actually on a B- with this one. I think this is maybe the best white card we saw so far.
I'm in a C-.
Why?
Because it's a 4-mana 3/3. I like. The thing is that creating 1/1s with your ring or tempting the ring is good, sure, but that's
really good.
not exciting. Yeah, on top, but this is like if you're playing a 4-mana 3/3, and yeah, if you could draw a card with this, it's very good. Maybe I can go up to a C. But
It's like
if you don't draw a card with this when it comes down, I think it is just quite bad. Because like who cares? Like sure you can get your 1/1s at some point if you have some ring bearing stuff, but and they can't really block, but it also dies to like a sneeze basically.
those ones. If they block one, you can attack. If they block it, you draw a card.
No, if you can't block and draw a card because it's at the beginning of your end, so if a creature died under your
No, if they
control
block it.
this turn, yeah. I guess I can go to a C. I don't. I have a feeling that this card will go down though.
Well, this card is really nice. Landroval Horizon Witness for 4 and a white. It's a 3/4 flyer. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. Oh, sorry, I read your card.
That's fine. I didn't want to read it anyway.
I mean, it's a 5-drop, but... So, this thing, when it attacks with something else, it makes that thing flying. But also if 2 things attack... You play this and if you attack with 2 things, one of them is gonna be flying. I think it's a fine 5-drop. Man, the legendary clause is kind of fucked up, because you cannot have like multiples on the battlefield ever. So with these many legendary creatures, like you're gonna have some of them stuck in your hand. The nice thing about the ring bearer is you can discard those legendaries to draw into something else. So I guess that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. If this, that's really good for the set, I guess. It's a 5-drop, but I think this is a good 5-drop. I think it's a pretty good 5-drop. I'm gonna give it a C-.
Yeah, I'm on a D+ just because I like sure if you can just attack with 2 things and give your things flying, it is a pretty solid 5-drop, but it's all 5 and a 3/4 flyer is pretty bad. Like if that's still like baseline you're leaving off at, it's pretty bad.
It's also gonna have something flying on its own when it attacks.
Yeah, but it's a 5-mana 3 for you also. If you already can't attack with 2 creatures, you probably are not attacking at all, and then this card is kind of garbage.
No, it's not like it's not very hard to have one creature that can attack, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then the other one is gonna get flying, so it can attack.
Yeah, but I'm on a D+. I just think 5-mana 3/4 flyer is pretty bad, but it has a nice ETB. It's kind of like Aeronaut-ish type card. A little bit better.
I think it's better, but still a 5-drop, right? I don't like 5-mana 3/4s, but I like 5-mana 3/4 with this effect.
Yeah, I can see it going to up to. I'll start it as C, D+.
You're next.
Lost to Legend, white for an instant. Put target non-land historic permanent into its owner's library. Fought from the top. Artifact legendaries and sagas are historic. So targets every uncommon creature and targets ring bearers. I don't hate this. Like this looks, when you read it, it looks really bad. But then you realize that there is a lot of legendaries in this set. It's still white, very hard to cast.
Very hard.
No, well, pretty hard to cast. It's very hard. Like the problem with white cards, kind of like 1cc cards, is that it's kind of hard to double spell with them.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't think Murder is better than a C+. For example, it's just like, yes, sure, you can use your other color, but that's not always how it works. It's just pretty hard to have triple white, especially when you want to double spell with it, like on turn 4 or turn 5. It's just like, a lot of time you're not gonna be able to do that. But I think it's a fine removal spell, like even maybe a pretty good removal spell. It's cheap if you can double spell it with it, especially if you have like a creature with your other color, very nice. Most things you want to hit can be hit by
Instant
this.
speed is nice. Usually these get sorcery speed.
Yeah, instant speed is very nice. I'm on a C+ for this.
I can see a C+. I can actually see a C+. I can even go to B-. But let's start as a C+. Reprieve for 1 and a white. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Draw card. White? Okay, what the hell happened here? It's an uncommon as well. That's weird. So, okay, I mean, you pay 2 mana for literally anything they play, and you don't lose a card. An opponent probably loses more mana than you. We want this in white though? I think it's fine. I mean, I'm like on a C. or a C+. I'm gonna start as a C. I think this is fine. This is pretty good.
My comparison, okay, first of all, it's a reprint of Remand, but it's a strictly better Remand because it's in white and not blue. I do think white can use, or white wants Remand more than blue wants Remand. And
yeah, this is good.
The second comparison we have is Memory Lapse, which is a very similar card. Instead of drawing a card, you put it on top of their library, so you don't draw a card. They just you kind of skip their turn or draw step instead, which I think is worse. And Memory Lapse was very good in Strixhaven. I'm on a B+. I think this is the second best uncommon in the set.
Alright, he hits uncounterable spells. That doesn't matter. This okay. I'm on a B-. I don't think it's gonna be a B+. I think it's B-. This is pretty good. You do still need to keep up the mana, and if they have a instant speed spell, then it's pretty bad for you, like with any counter spell. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm on a B-. I like this.
Rosie, Cotton of South Lane, 2 and a white. For a 1/1, when it enters the battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you create a token, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than Rosie. I mean, if this put a counter on something on itself, or could put a counter on itself, it could be okay. I still wouldn't like it that much, but at least it would be like, I guess, a fine food payoff, in theory at least. But it's not great if you have other creatures, and well, it does literally nothing if you only have Rosie. I don't know what the fuck this card is doing. I just...
It is so weird.
I don't see why they couldn't make this target itself. Like, it still wouldn't be that good.
I think it's a good card.
I think this is a bad card. I think it's a D.
The question is, how many foods are you gonna be making? Because foods give you life, right? Can give you life, right? So on common, like we both like the farmer. That's it, actually. In white.
Yeah.
In green, that's in common. On common, I mean, on common you don't have that many things actually. What do you give it as a grade?
D.
With pony, it's pretty good. I'm actually gonna start this as... Oh, there is also the Peregrine Took, I think, I don't know, maybe. Green 3-drop, that whenever you make any token, you also create an extra food token. So this is gonna be like... It needs uncommons to work.
It's a 3-mana 1/1. It's like, yeah, sure, it puts a counter.
It puts a counter somewhere.
But imagine if you don't have, like, sometimes you just don't have your 2-drop.
Oh, whenever you create any token.
Yeah, it does work with 1/1s as well.
C+. C+.
Okay, you gave Pony a C+. There is no shot this card is close to Pony.
Oh, give Pony a B-. This is no way this is gonna be lower than a C+. It's any token. And food is gonna heal you if you need that. I kind of want to give this a B- and B to a pony. This card is great.
It also dies, which is terrible, to an uncommon in red that kills a creature and deals 1 damage to each other creature your opponents control.
What can you do? What can you do?
You cannot play Rosie.
Samwise the Stouthearted.
Okay, fine, I'll go D+.
I'm on a B. No, I'm on a C+ still. Samwise the Stouthearted. For 1 and white, it's a 2/1 flash. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1 target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand, then the ring tempts you. Oh, this is great.
Compare this to the common 2/1.
Yeah,
ring tempts you.
Not very comparable.
But the ring tempts you with both cards.
Yeah, well, this is ETB flash ring tempts you.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, this is really nice. At least a B- on this one. What do you think? At least a B-.
Go straight B. Maybe even honestly B+. Like, this is a really good 2-drop, and the upside is incredible. Like, if it's a 2-mana 2/1 flash, the ring tempts you, that's really good.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then if you get something back, it's insane.
Okay,
I'm on a B or a B+.
Yeah, I'm higher as well. Like it's just like Usually these cards are kind of crappy, unless every condition is fulfilled, but you don't have to fulfill any conditions with this one. I'm fine with a B+. Oh, I'm easily fine with a B+. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Would you say Pony is better than this one? No, this is better than Pony, for sure.
I could give Pony a B though, but...
I'm thinking about giving Pony a B as well, but I'm gonna keep it on a B- for now.
Yeah. Shire Shirriff. 1 and a white for a 2/2 vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a token. When you do, exile target creature an opponent controls until Shire Shirriff leaves the battlefield. So it's a 2 mana Arrestor Priest or whatever Banisher Priest type.
Non-legendary.
Wait, non-legendary? What?
Not legendary.
Oh, yeah. Maybe there is apparently uncommons that aren't legendary. I see. Which is nice because you can play multiples of this. You can also exile Amass tokens, which is really nice in this set because they just never come back from this. And the 3 mana variants of this card, which are clearly different. But the 3 mana variants of these cards are generally top 5 uncommons in a set or something. They are really good. Now you do need to sack a token, so best in green-white, sacking a food seems great. I'm happy to pay 1 mana difference from this to Banisher Priest if I'm sacking a food token. If I'm sacking a 1/1, not really, but if I'm sacking a 1/1, this is still great. As long as I just have enough tokens, this card is fantastic, I think.
I mean, the fail case is 2 mana 2/2, which is nice. I mean, it's not nice, but
yeah,
it can be played on 2.
And then when you get a 3/3 Amass creature or even bigger, this card is amazing. It's insane. So I'm between a B and a B+, and if in green white I think it's B+, but in other decks it's sacking a 1/1 is a real cost. It's still good to do, but sacking a 1/1 is a real cost. I'll start as a B because I do think this is a B- maybe in some decks where you have a bunch of tokens, and then in green white it's a B+, I think.
Yeah, I'm okay with a B. Tale of Tinuviel. For 3 and double white, target, it's a saga. Everybody here knows how sagas work. You play it, you get the first lore counter and the first chapter. Every turn you get another one. When the third one is resolved, it goes to the graveyard. The blink effect, does it have to target a creature? Or can it target a saga? I'm gonna read this and you tell me that. Target creature you control gains indestructible for as long as you control this saga. For the second step. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. The third chapter. Up to 2 target creatures you control each gain lifelink until end of turn. This is not bad. With land cyclers as well. This is not bad. You're not gaining any value with it, but... okay, the first one, maybe you're gonna be attacking if you want. If you don't attack, you can have good blocks. And... oh, the 3/1 that removes enchantments is gonna be pretty devastating against this one. This is gonna destroy this card, oh my god. You have land cyclers, right? The land cyclers, some of them are pretty good. If this had read ahead, do you think you skip step 1 often? Yeah, I think a lot of times you would skip it. Almost always. The thing is, you're not getting value. It's good with land cyclers, but it's still 5 mana. The lifelink is gonna get you back in the game, I guess. But it is 5 mana, do nothing. It's fine with land cyclers. Man, I don't know about this one.
I wish this had the second chapter its first chapter switch or something.
Yeah, the second and first should be switched. Yeah, I don't like this card.
The third chapter is really nice because it kind of stabilizes you back, but it's kind of too late.
But you also have to have something in the graveyard that's worth 5 mana or more.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this card in the end. I was kind of whoa, and then it's I mean, you gotta have something in the graveyard. D?
Yeah, I'll go optimistic D+, because I'm hoping I'll go D.
I'm also hoping. Let's give it a D+ for me as well.
D, nah.
It's D+, give it a D+. But I think it's gonna go down to D easily.
Oh, fuck. You shall not pass. I can't do it, but it's fine. I will never have to do it again.
Fight, chat, fight. What is it?
Yeah.
What's the right way to do it?
Gandalf in book says you cannot pass. And
That's the joke.
Luckily, this card is garbage, so I will never have to try again. Instant. Destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. So...
This card is good, NCA.
No, it's not.
It's good.
So, blocked or was... So you can only destroy things that blocked your legendary creature or that were blocked by your legendary. No, I don't want this card. I don't want the
Ring
one
Bearer.
mana. But yeah, sure, but that creature can't be blocked that easily anyway.
44 legendary creatures and the Ring Bearer.
Yeah, but it only works with the legendary creatures. And it's it kind of works with the Ring Bearer, kind of doesn't work with the Ring Bearer because the Ring Bearer already is hard to block. It's getting.
But it can block. It's a good tempo. This is good tempo.
Yeah, it's good tempo, but I still don't like this card.
It's not how many legendaries you want. You have Ring Tempts You, which makes anything legendary.
Yeah, but I don't think this card is good with the Ring Bearers.
I think it is.
I think it's like a D-level card, which I'm gonna give it. I really dislike this effect that make you can only use after you blocked or they have blocked, and then it has so many restrictions on it. It also can't they can kind of choose what they. It's no.
C.
Yeah, you can give it a C, but it's gonna be a D.
It's gonna be a C, baby. And the next one we have the Battle of Bywater for 1 and double white. It's a sorcery that says destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. Create a food token for each creature you control. That's fine. 3 is... I expected this to be 4 or greater. And you can just continue playing things... This is actually amazing. You can just continue playing... What? This is actually incredible. You can just continue playing things that are smaller. You can block opponents' smaller things as well, hopefully. I love this. This is gonna be real good. The problem is when an opponent is not making these bigger creatures. But 3 or greater is very... I think this is gonna be pretty damn good. I'm gonna B+ for this one.
I think most of the time this is gonna be destroy 1 creature, maybe destroy 2 creatures.
And make a lot of food.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
If you destroy 2, it's completely broken.
Yeah, I think this card is really good in green-white, and it's still just good in white decks, because white decks, I think, have a pretty easy time going around the 3 or greater claws. Also great with Pony.
I thought you could put counters on anything. With the Rosie.
Yeah. No,
but it's only on your creatures.
Yeah, and it's it's only not on creatures that aren't Rosie.
What if you have Rosie and play this?
Sure, whatever. You still have a 3-mana 1/1. I couldn't care less. I'm so happy if you play a Rosie and then play this instead of playing a real 3-drop and then playing this.
Oh, I'm gonna milk you with Rosie, and you're gonna pay for it. Rosie is beautiful.
I guarantee every time you're gonna play Rosie against me in arena, I'm gonna win.
Okay, what do you think about this card?
Anyway, I like this card a lot. D+ is kind of sketchy because I do think there is decent amount of decks that also on the opposing side go decently well under this. Yeah, creating a lot of food is really nice. I love this in green-white. I think in green-white this is really fucking. But in just the aggro decks, which all the white decks kind of seem like aggro decks, even black-white. Yeah, you have a lot of, but yeah. Sure, I'll go to B+ as well. Sure,
it's incredible. It's incredible. It's gonna be. I can see it going higher than a B+.
Yeah, wait, I'm writing grades.
I mean, I can actually think this might be just a bomb, but yeah, we're gonna see.
Boromir, Warden of the Tower. 2 and a white for a 3/3 human soldier, vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Sacrifice Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring tempts you. That's a nice upside on the creature you control gain indestructible, because often it's a cheaper creature does something. Now it does something as well, I guess.
And the ring tempts you.
The first ability is useless, but fine. 3 mana 3/3 vigilance.
Useless? What if opponent is playing Sauron? Saruman.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. They probably lose if they're playing Saruman anyway. So, but yeah, sure. Now they lose it like guaranteed. Mm,
It's great against battles.
yeah, this is pretty decent. I don't think this card is amazing. 3 mana, 3/3 vigilance is nothing to write home about. But at least when your opponent tries to remove this, you get the ring tempt, even if the indestructible isn't useful. And if the sacrificing is useful at some point, the ring tempts you, which is nice. I'm on like a C or a C plus for this. I'll go for a C plus.
Yeah, I go for C plus as well. Like, not a bad effect, but not.
Yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to go.
I think it's fine. It's not broken or anything, because it does get sacrificed.
Yeah, I'll go to a C.
Dawn of a New Age. Dawn of a New Age for 1 and a white enchantment. When it enters, it enters the battlefield with a hope counter on it for each creature you control. Alright. At the beginning of your end step, remove a hope counter from Dawn of a New Age. If you do, draw a card. Then this thing, if this thing has no hope counters on it, sacrifice it and gain 4 life. Oh wow. Oh, that's really good. Well, if you have one creature, it's not bad. It's fine. Oh, that's really good. It's only 2 mana. You can double spell and shit with it. Oh, that's really good. At least a B plus. What do you think?
I don't love this card. It's
really good.
Like the upside is there, certainly. The downside is also very real. The downside is very, very real.
What, cycle a little bit slower and gain 4 life? How's it bad?
It's revitalize, but it also over 2 turns.
I mean, that's like the downside.
Yeah, but it's like a D or a D minus. And you also can have no creatures, and this is nothing. I guess it gains you 4 life, whatever. The upside is there, but even then it's over multiple turns when you get the upside, and the downside is very low. I'm gonna C for this.
It is on multiple turns. I'm down actually to a B minus. I think it's still really, really good.
Like if this would be so much better if it just did it. If it didn't do it over such a long period of time, because it's kind of like you're probably gonna play this decently late. Like let's say turn 5-6 or something.
Revitalize is not better. What the fuck?
I'll go C minus actually, but it's not that great if you play it on like turn 6. It's kind of like, yeah, if you have something else to play, it's nice to be able to double spell with it, really nice. But it's kind of similar in the sense to the like 5 mana blue things to draw an extra card a turn. Like kind of, it's way cheaper, so it's better, but kind of similar. I'm gonna C minus.
I really like this card. I'm gonna B minus. Went down, but I think it's really good.
Flowering of the White Tree. White for a legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2, +1, and have ward 1. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. That's a nice anthem. That's a really nice anthem. So you ring bear and your legendary creatures get +2/+1 and have ward 1, and other creatures get +1/+1. Yeah, lots of tokens as well to go around in this set. Imagine your opponent plays Shadow Summoning and then they play this. You just concede.
And you tempt the ring once as well later on?
You play the 1 mana blue spell. I guess that would require another color, but whatever. This card is...
This is disgusting.
This is disgusting. A?
A? Seems fine in this set, yeah. Just an A? Yeah, this is the best white card we saw so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Forge Anew for 2 and a white. For enchantment, when Forge Anew enters the battlefield, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As long as it's your turn, you may activate equip abilities. Anytime you could cast an instant, you may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate during each of your turns. F, and I don't even want to talk about it.
Frodo, Sauron's Bane, or Sauron's Bane. White for a 1/2, halfling citizen. Orsov, or like you can choose which one of those you pay, white or black. If Frodo, Sauron's Bane is a citizen, it becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness, 2/3 and lifelink. So 1 mana, 1/2, 2 mana, make a 2/3 with lifelink. Sure. Triple black, if Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, That player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game, otherwise the ring tempts you. The last ability, I feel like, is more cute and good. Like, the last ability matters, but not that much. Very hard to use. And it kind of becomes, yeah, sure, when you have a triple black, it becomes a must block. Oh, wait, whenever this... Oh, you have to have the ring on the creature as well, because you don't tempt... Yeah, you gotta first have the ring on Frodo. Yeah. I think... No. Because if the ring is just something... Yeah, never mind. But mainly this is a 1-mana 1/2 that is a 2/3 for 2 mana. 2/3 with lifelink for 2 mana, which is very nice for a 1-drop. And there's some additional upside, but I don't... First of all, I don't think you need to even be black to play this. It's considerably better in black-white, because the first ability is much easier. It's much easier to do this on turn 2, which is like, it's a great 2-drop kind of as well then. And you get access to the third ability, but the third ability is...
Third ability is pretty good, especially on a card that's already good.
It's kind of whatever, I think. I think the third ability doesn't bring up its grade, really.
Really? Like, you pay triple black for a tempt? Like, you can do that anytime?
Yeah, sure, but I assume I'm just gonna have better uses for my mana, honestly. Especially with the rings. Sometimes it's nice upside, but I don't think it's like really all that relevant. It must be blocked if you can activate the ability and you tempt it 4 times.
I mean, if you make this a ring bearer, it must be blocked, and any creature blocking it is gonna die.
Yeah, it's a good card, but I just don't think the third ability adds that much shit. I'm gonna B-.
Yeah, just like the first 2 abilities are real nice. Yeah, I'm gonna B- as well. But I'm gonna pick it in Orzhov. I'm gonna pick it like as a B probably.
Yeah. Me too, because it's just... But I could go lower, because I think I'm gonna pick it lower if I'm not Orzhov. Like it's a C if I'm not Orzhov.
2/3 lifelink is really nice.
Yeah, but it's double white.
Yeah, it's double white, that is true.
Gandalf, your turn, yeah.
B- on average. Gandalf the White, alright. For 3 and double white, it's a 4/5 flash creature that says you may cast a legendary spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Which is not nothing in this set. If a legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving a battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Okay, we got one extremely powerful person, I guess, hero, whatever, that is actually not complete garbage. So, it's only legendary permanents. Oh, or an artifact, or any artifact. It has flash on its own. Everything is gonna have flash. I think this 5-drop adds enough that I like it. I like it as a B-. I mean, I don't know, you gotta have enough like legendary ETBs. There are probably enough, but it's still like a 4/5. But casting things on as flash is gonna be a little bit hard on your opponents as well. Is entering the battlefield all or leaving as well? Yeah, I'm gonna B-. I think this is fine, even though the stats are pretty bad.
This card is good, but I think it's mainly a 5-mana 4/5 flash. It has some nice upsides, but...
I mean, Pony Flash creates 4 of those. The one that you love also gives 2+1/+1 counters to things.
Rosie, no.
Does this make food gain 6? Oh, no. Any artifact. Wait.
If a legendary...
Oh no, that's just like food doesn't trigger any ability. You just gotta sacrifice it as a cost, so it doesn't gain 6. Yeah. But that would be amazing if it did. But
it doesn't work with Rosie because the creature that's entering, or the food that's entering the battlefield, or a token, isn't legendary, so you don't get double Rosie.
Rosie doubles counters. Yes, it does double the counters.
Or an artifact. Oh, yeah, I might have missed the or an artifact.
It does double the counters from Rosie.
Yeah. I'm gonna see twice.
Yeah, this is pretty broken with Rosie. Right, you're up.
War of the Last Alliance. 3 and a white for a saga. First and second chapter is search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Third chapter, creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn, the ring tempts you. Sure. It's very slow. Like, I don't think you tutor for 2 creatures. Well, they have to be legendary, but most of your uncommon creatures are legendary, so you can probably find something pretty good to search. And then they gain double strike with the third chapter. You get the ring tempt, I guess, sure. I like it, but it's very slow. It's very slow.
Didn't have time to mute.
You're gonna... Like, at least you can guarantee a pretty good play after this, because you search for a creature that you can hopefully double spell with or something. Or maybe it's just your busted card, but... and the third chapter does finish the game decently well. E-.
Tutor for Rosie and Pony. I like this a lot. I mean, it's 4 mana draw 2, but draw 2 of the things that you probably want. I think you're gonna have enough legendaries in your deck that is always gonna give you 2 things. That's how it feels, the set, I hope. And then the last one is great. It is 4 mana do nothing, but I mean, every card draw spell is a 4 mana do nothing.
Except if it's not 4 mana.
Hey, if it's not 4 mana, exactly. Tutor 2 bombs, there are not many bombs in this set, guys. Not many bombs in this set.
You can't even search for your remand. You can't search for your white bomb at uncommon.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna B plus. I'm gonna B plus. I think this is, even though it's slow, I think I'm gonna like it.
B.
I think food is gonna help you with like survive, so you can do all of this. Oh, we're doing good time.
I know.
We're doing good time.
It's because Scotty isn't here.
Exactly, Scott is not here. Well, hope everybody had a good time, because this is it for today. We are gonna continue tomorrow. We have only 4 colors left.
About 1:30 GMT.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.